This is Matthew Wayne Selznick. About 2 weeks ago, I left the house where I had lived for about 8 years, left the place that I had owned with my now ex-wife in the high desert, about 100 miles away from, well, all the things that I loved and many of the people that I loved. And I moved to an apartment in a city that I love, where I had lived for most of the previous decade. Much, much closer to things that I care about and people that I care about. I went from a 3-bedroom house to a 2-bedroom apartment. I went from the dry and cultural isolation of the high desert to a city that has just about everything you could want, and so I'm on my own and independent and newly single for the first time in 10 years or so, and having just turned 43, I'm on the eve of what they used to call middle age. So periodically I'm going to document just sort of how that's all going. And that's what Bachelor43 will be. And I guess as a first report, I can tell you that in the 2 weeks that since I've moved down here, I have gone on a date of sorts. It was more of a sit down and have coffee and talk and you know, see what there is to see with each other. And you know, that was strange. It didn't feel like a pressure thing, like a date thing. It just felt like meeting someone for coffee, which is what it was. And so there wasn't a whole lot of pressure there, not a whole lot of anxiety there. The week before, I had been invited to see a play with an old friend and her husband and her sister-in-law. Technically her ex-sister-in-law, but you know, not so much as it matters. And I found that to be a little bit more stressful. I don't know, maybe it was because it was a play, it was an event, and there was, you know, dinner, and not dinner, but dessert and drinks afterwards, and talking. It just felt a little different. But the interesting thing is that I've been, you know, trying to be social and trying to get out there and meet people and do those kinds of things. Here's something, though, that makes this all kind of interesting. And by interesting, I mean strange, and by strange, I mean weird, and by weird, I mean difficult. Man, I had forgotten just how much it costs to move. Oh, man. And to establish oneself in a place. So many little things, from tools to you know, buying a new broom, to just so many little details that nickel and dime and you know, larger denominations you piece by piece. So I kind of feel like at the age of 43, I have the finances of, you know, a 23-year-old. Kind of puts a crimp in one's style. Makes it a little difficult to just go and have fun, or go and take someone out, or even think about those things, because Boy, to say I'm on a budget is, yeah, that's putting it lightly. But, you know, I guess that's gonna make it, maybe not more difficult, but just cause me to be more selective, perhaps, or really try to craft experiences that are not so much driven by, you know, a fancy meal or an expensive kind of situation, but more driven by a quality experience, maybe. So we'll see how it goes. It's really just been, well, technically I've been here in my new place for 20 days, give or take. And my birthday was about 15 days ago. So it's all about new beginnings and relearning some things and getting back to basics and getting back to the core of me. Which is exciting, and which is really cool, and which is why I thought that it might be worth documenting with Bachelor43. So, there it is. If you'd like to comment on this first episode of Bachelor43, please do so, either in the comments there at the video distribution aggregation site that you are experiencing this in, or right there at the post where this will be embedded at mattselznick.com. I'd be interested to see, you know, create a dialogue with whoever might be watching this. That's it.